Welcome back to the Plus Money Podcast. Club football returns this weekend. We can officially close the book on international football in 2024. Thank God it's over.
Say it
Liverpool
louder.
are on top of the Premier League. Manchester City are 5 points back. Pep Guardiola got an extension today, and City plays Tottenham in the big one in the Premier League this weekend. I'm Andrew Passaro. He's Nick Dianni. You can follow him at Nick Dianni. You can get more of his picks on his podcast at Kicks Picks Pod. You can follow me at Andrew Passaro. I'm gonna need your help today.
Let's
Okay,
do it.
I'm falling in love with the board
Caution.
every very hard. Every I told you I only had one potential play from Spain. I forgot it's the Basque Derby this weekend. And who do we love to fade? Real Sociedad. Athletic Bilbao have won the last three at home. They're plus 120 on the money line. Like that wasn't even supposed to make it on the show. But
And here we are.
here we are.
Listen,
Here we are.
all I'm going to say, you mentioned it coming off of international break. Thank God. Say it louder. Say it over and over. I'm done trying to handicap international friendly type games. But be careful. Champions League is just 4 or 5 days away. So don't fall too much in love with anybody this week. That's all I'm going to say. But we have plays.
All right, let's line them up and knock it down. We're starting in the Premier League. Everton take on Brentford. There's one place to go here and one place only. It's that Brentford first half goal. It's hitting six straight. It is plus 114. Because I like that, I also like the first half over 1.5 at plus 172. It's hitting three of the last six for Brentford, but only one of the last five for Everton. Brentford, by the way, I know people are gonna be like, oh, first half goal. Let's take Brentford money line in this one. They're a good number. Brentford are just 1-5 on the road this season. Not a good road for them. Probably a good spot for Everton, but I do like Brentford to get out of the gates early.
Yeah, this game almost screams draw to me. It's like one of those that Everton's going to do whatever they need to do to walk away with a point at home. Plus 225, by the way, on that. I see a 1-1, 2-2 game somehow, some way, but the play is Brentford first half goal. It was actually plus 105 yesterday, so you have gotten 9 cents of value there. That's my play. I'm with you 100%.
All right, jumping to the South Coast. This isn't a derby game, but it's two of England's southernmost teams. Bournemouth taking on Brighton. I'm on the Brighton team total over 1.5 plus 118. They've done that. Of the 14 games they've played this season, they've done that 10 times. They are they have a 2-3 record on the road. Bournemouth are 3-1-1 at home. They haven't given up 2 goals at home this season, and they did in fact play Manchester City, but Manchester City not looking too great. I do think Brighton could get this done. This is a both teams to score. This is going to be in the both teams to score parlay, so look for that later in the show. This game does have both teams scoring over 2.5 written all over it. I don't know why I didn't take it, but I have utmost faith in this Brighton offense right now. For them to score goals. Like I said, we've seen them do it 10 of 14 games so far this season. But this should be a very fun one at 10 a.m. in the Premier League.
Yeah, that's the play. Listen, sometimes I feel like I come on here to mimic your picks, but that's okay. I love when we agree on shit. So Brighton has proven me wrong pretty much the entire season so far. Credit to them. This is a game where I am looking to back them. I agree with the team total. If you wanted to take their money line at plus 195, I wouldn't be mad at anybody for doing that. I'll take the cautious approach, draw no bet, plus 115. I think that is a solid play here.
That's a great number for Brighton right now. I don't even remember if I told you I had something for Fulham Wolves, but both teams scoring over 2.5 is minus 105. 9 of 13 Wolves games this season, only 5 of 13 for Fulham. And I also like the over 3.5 here, plus 165. Again, not great numbers for Fulham, 3 of 13 of their games, but Wolves love a game with a lot of goals. 6 of 13 for them so far
Can't
this
stop
season.
anybody.
They can't stop anybody, but they're scoring goals, which is
Yeah.
why I know they're near the bottom of the table in the Premier League, but they're scoring too many goals in my opinion to get relegated.
They played
Um
better. Yep.
yeah.
Than their
So
record indicates. I agree.
yeah, so maybe as we approach December, look out for like a little Wolves to stay up or to not get relegated ticket if your book offers it, because I do have faith in them, to be honest. It's like one of those too big to fail clubs. It
And
has to be
this
the right
isn't
price.
a terrible, terrible spot for them either. I mean, they're away from home. I don't think they should be a plus 400 underdog. Fulham hasn't looked all that great, and I agree with you. Wolves are scoring a ton. If you wanted to take a stab at Wolves plus 3/4 of a goal, that's at even money. So even if they lose by a goal, you get half your bet back. I'm cautious in this game. I definitely think their goals. I'm with you on the over, but I think Wolves are getting a little bit disrespected here.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to the big one. It's Manchester City, Tottenham. City, for the first time ever of any club that Pep Guardiola has managed, 4 losses in a row. One of those losses to Tottenham, a rotated City squad, quote unquote. No one's talking about how injured and banged up Manchester City are. But Tottenham, also banged up, will likely be running a back four that has center backs of Dragusin and Ben Davies, which is not what you want at the Etihad. You're getting a really good number for Tottenham money line. I'm on a couple plays here because I don't have anything I don't love this game. You're getting Spurs double chance of plus 155, which if they had Romero and they had Van de Ven, I'm all over. But they don't, and so I'm not. Um, I'm on Tottenham shots, 11 shots the game, minus 110. They hit this total earlier this season against Manchester City. You get them 12 at plus 140 if you're looking for extra juice. Tottenham are averaging 15 shots a game this season. However, City are only averaging giving up 7.6 shot per game so far. However, if that includes all comps, there's like some really bad Champions League teams like Sparta Prague and Slovan Bratislava in that run. The other way I did look at this, because we know I love a corners prop. I did my research. The last 10 games for both clubs, both teams are averaging over 11 corners a match. Tottenham 11.8, City just a little lower, 11.4. Both teams to score in over 10.5 corners is at plus 120, which I think both teams are getting on this score sheet. Manchester
Yeah.
City can't keep a clean sheet against anybody. And like I said, Tottenham are playing Ben Davies and Dragusin. I think we're getting goals. I think we're getting corners. If you want to go corners on their own, over 11.5 is minus 118. The math tells you to take that. Over 12.5 is plus 126.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to give you my thoughts, then I'm going to give you my bets. I think the international break came at the perfect time for City. Unfortunately for everybody else, unfortunately for Tottenham. Little disrespect for Tottenham on with these numbers. I think they've been really, really good against City. If you look at
Have their number.
history and definitely recent results. Um, and how do you back a City side at minus 200 that's lost four in a row? I don't think that you can. So I like Tottenham plus one at even money. I like Tottenham plus 1.25 at minus 130 if you want to lay a little bit of the juice. That would mean City needs to score 3 goals. Now, can they score 3 goals? Because we're assuming Tottenham's getting on the board, right? I'm agreeing with you that it's both teams to score. So are they going to do it? I mean, yeah, Haaland has looked like Haaland, but where else are they getting contributions? And I'm not really seeing it. I think he's minus 200 to score, by the way, which is fucking insane. Makes absolutely no
Oh,
sense to me. I don't care if like Messi was playing against you know,
Ibar.
under 15 team. I wouldn't take minus 200 for anybody to score. Everybody on Tottenham, everybody else in the game is plus 220 or higher to score a goal. So like you can get a great number on Solanke, you can get a great number on Son. Son, I think, has like 11 goal involvements in like the 19 matches he's played against City or something ridiculous like that.
You got to be
So
careful about him starting though. I
definitely
don't I
wait for
don't know how
lineups,
much he
but
played during international break. And I feel like he's starting to get phased out of that Tottenham
could
team.
be
So you got to
true.
be careful with
But
that one.
I think you have to take a stab with Tottenham on the spread in this game. City's got to prove that they're out of this funk. And if they win by multiple goals, good for them. But Tottenham's the play for me.
All right, it is Thursday night when we're taping this, but I want to do two quick things. One, Brennan Johnson, if I remember from earlier in the week when I looked, was plus 150 range, score or assist. He's had the best season he's had in the Premier League ever right now. So that's a good number. I'm going to run through the Manchester City injury list. And I said this at the beginning of the year when Liverpool was getting all the slack for, oh, they haven't signed anyone. They haven't signed anyone. How are they expected to keep up? Now they're 5 points clear. City, by the way, signed one player, needed more than that. Jack Grealish has a knock and is doubtful. Doku's out till mid-December. John Stones has a knock and is doubtful. Nathan Ake has a hamstring injury and is definitively out till early December. Oscar Bob is out till January. Phil Foden has a knock and is doubtful. Rodri's done for the season, and Ruben Diaz has a knock and doubtful. I don't like Manchester. I talked to there's a close friend in my office who's a Manchester City fan who told me, "Oh, we're gonna play all the youth. We're gonna play all the youth. The youth is not working." James McAtee, I don't think he's ready. They're playing Nunez, who they brought in to be a center defensive midfielder as a left winger. You're selling me a bridge in Brooklyn, and I know well enough not to buy it. This Manchester City team has problems, and if they don't sign players during the transfer window, they're going to struggle to compete on all fronts. Like
Yep.
if there was a, I think there are books that are offering City to win no trophies this year. I don't I don't know what that price needs to be to have me invest in that, but if one more like if Holland gets hurt, they have no striker. They sold
Right.
Alvarez.
Right.
All right. As my Liverpool bias is coming out as much as it
No,
is,
I'm with you. Hey,
let's jump to Southampton Liverpool. By the way, City are up to plus 220 to win the league. I saw earlier this week. So if you are a Manchester City believer, now is the time to invest in it. You never bet Manchester City to win the league at the beginning of the season. You wait until they drop points to somebody, and then you get it. And now's the time to get it. Liverpool are playing Southampton. There's not. I keep saying it on this podcast. I don't bet Liverpool as much as I did in years past. There's a control side, a side that's less chaotic, less goals. It's a little more boring, but they're getting results. There's one thing I've learned from Arne Slot after the three international windows is he does not play the South American players coming off an international break, which means Cody Gakpo is going to start and Curtis Jones are going to start. Cody Gakpo, 2 shots in the game. This is a great parlay piece. It's 2 shots at minus 155. He's hit that in 2 of his 3 EPL starts, all 3 of his Champions League starts, and both of his League Cup starts. Curtis Jones, 2 shots minus 110. He's hit that in 1 of his 4 Premier League starts, one Champions League start, and 1 of his 2 Carabao Cup starts. You want to parlay those together, that's plus 211. Now, Cody Gakpo, 3 shots in the game is plus 210. He's hit that total in 1 of his 3 EPL starts, all 3 Champions League starts, and both of his Carabao Cup starts. I think Gakpo starts. He also got rested for the Netherlands against in their second game. He didn't start, came off the bench for only 30 minutes. So he only played like 120 minutes over the international break. I think he starts. I think he's fresh. Obviously, Salah's fresh. He didn't go on international break. Virgil van Dijk came back. They should handle Southampton no problem. But I think this game screams Cody Gakpo to me. There's value on shots. Other than that, I'm staying away because I hate playing like Liverpool in under 3.5 or under 2.5 in the game. Even though I think they'll win the game no problem, I just don't have fun watching the game that way. If there's money in it, kudos to anybody who's playing it, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to find where like the score bands are because I would take a score band of like Liverpool 1 or 2 or 3-0, something like that. I could totally see happening. If you really think they can do it, you might want to throw a little something on Liverpool, like over 2.5 or over 3.5 goals, like it's plus 300 or something like that. This just kind of screams like a sleepwalking 2-0 Liverpool win to me, so not much there.
Yeah, I know exactly what prop you are, and I don't remember where to find it. This is exactly what Ani
Different in every
somehow.
book too,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Ani
usually
always
under like
finds
correct
it.
score or something
It's
like
one.
that.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I always kind of forget exists, and then Ani tells me it exists, and I ride it. Monday Night Football in the Premier League: Newcastle, West Ham. Esak's plus 105 anytime goal scorer. He has 12 goals in his last 12 home games, and West Ham stink out loud. It's just, do you need more analysis? Also,
Nope.
Isak's on a contract year, or not on a contract year officially, but he wants a new contract, and so, you know, you got to score against the bad teams, and West Ham are a bad team. Um, let's
I
jump
do.
to
I think West Ham could get on the board in this one. Both teams to
yeah,
score over 2.5.
yeah.
The
I
the plus money play.
I will wait till Monday to decide if I'm betting that game besides
Okay.
Isak. Let's jump to Italy. Three games I want to talk about. I know we're on the same play because I texted you about it. Como are taking on Fiorentina. Fiorentina money line plus 130. They are 4-3-2 on the road in all comps this season, and Como are 1-2-1 at home. Fiorentina are a team that I've slept on. I haven't watched a ton of them, but they're getting results. They're in the top 4, and Como are it's a top 4 side against the bottom half of the table team, and you're getting a plus number. I have to take that.
Yeah, plus 140 team total. Fiorentina to get 2 goals. It's just insane number for a team that has done that for like 7 straight games or something crazy. So, that's my probably my favorite play of the weekend.
I this is one of my favorite plays of the weekend. It's your Lazio taking on Bologna, and I saw Lazio money line plus one or minus 120 earlier in the week. I'm sure it has moved down a little. Lazio 7-1-0 this season, undefeated in Rome, and Bologna are not last year's Bologna. I also like Lazio team total over 1.5. It's at even money. It's plus 100. It's hitting 12 of 16 Lazio games, which how are we getting that number? Plus number. I don't know, but I love it. And I will sprinkle on the first half over 1.5 at plus 205 because it's plus 205. It's hitting 205 Lazio games, but none of the Bologna games. So it's kind of up to Lazio to do the thing. So if you're gonna do that, you might as well just put it on Lazio to score twice in the first half. Um,
Yeah, listen, Lazio has been great. They've been way better than I expected. This is a game that worries me. I think international break killed their momentum a little bit. I think Bologna play terrorism football under Vincenzo Italiano, who's supposed to be this great, tactician and innovative attacking football manager. He's not. He stinks. They obviously don't have the personnel for that either. They don't
no.
really have strikers or forwards that you can bank on. This game absolutely screams Lazio letdown. It screams draw. The draw is like plus 210. It's insanely stupidly low. I know Bologna lead the league in draws. Same kind of position they were in last year with Thiago Motta. Like very similar team, very similar setup. They draw a ton of games. They only have one loss, so it would be a really good result for Lazio to get a win in this one. But I'm a little bit nervous. I do like both teams to score though, minus 115. Could see a 1-1, could see a 2-2. I would love to see a 2-1 Lazio win, but I think I think Bologna do get on the score sheet.
All right, that I do want to briefly bring up Milan Juve. I don't have a lot from this game, but I just saw the anytime goal scorer number for Pulisic. He has never scored against Juve, but he's plus 240 anytime. He's on the form of his life. You have to take the number, and if you don't like that number, score or assist is plus 150. Like
Yeah, yeah,
he's doing everything for Milan. If something's gonna happen in this game, it's gonna happen through Pulisic, and they are at home. I this game also could be 0-0, but I said this about Inter Juve, and it was 4-4, and the game of the year. So, um, yeah,
yeah. Listen, I think we talk about it, we joke about it. He's on auto bet right now. The form that he's
mm-hmm.
in, you have to back him. I think this is pretty much a must-win game for Milan at home. The way Juve are set up, they're missing like half their team. Vlahovic is out. Nico Gonzalez is out. Milik,
There.
who's the backup striker, is out. They're talking about Tim Weah slotting in at center forward, which makes absolutely no sense to me.
I would
Milan,
play Yildiz as a false nine for God's sakes. What are you
yeah, I
doing?
don't know why you wouldn't do that. I think Milan have to like their chances at home, have to get something out of this game. I don't really think Juve score a goal. I'd be really impressed if they did, quite honestly. But I'm with you. Pulisic at plus 275. Leao is also sitting out there at plus 260. Take them both. One of them
Yeah,
scores, you're good. You're
yeah,
in the green.
yeah. That's a
I
great
think
point.
one of those guys has to get it done.
Both teams have scored parlay for the weekend. I mentioned both of the games already. Bournemouth, Brighton. 7 of the 12 games for Bournemouth, 10 of 14 for Brighton have gone both teams to score. Then we're going to Fulham Wolves, and 9 of 13 Fulham games, and Wolves are my kings of this. 10 of 13. I cannot believe we did not get that Southampton game before the international break. And then we're going to Spain. Interesting game in Spain. Celta Vigo are taking on Barcelona. 11 of 17 Barcelona games, but it's 10 of 14 games. Celta are tough at home, northwestern corner of Spain. The last 3 games at Celta Vigo have all gone both teams to score. And 8 of the 10 of their last 8 of the last 10 head-to-head matchups, both teams to score. 3 of the last 5 for both teams are both teams to score. So yeah, I love both teams to score in that game. That's plus 255 for a Saturday, both teams to score parlay. If you want to take Barcelona and both teams to score, it's a great number. It's plus 175. I already gave you the info there to back off that. First half over 1.5, which I love in Barcelona games. It's 3 of the last 5 for them. It's plus 114. And Rafinha on fire plus 165 money. I mean, any time in that game, and I don't think Lamine Yamal will play. So it's kind of up to Rafinha to do the business, assuming he starts again, coming off of playing for Brazil during international break. I mentioned Athletic Club. They're taking on Sociedad. Athletic plus 120. Bilbao have won the last 3 derbies at home, and are 5-3-1 this season at home. And Sociedad had a better record on the road than I thought, 4-3-2. That's everything. Um, it's a killer board this weekend. We didn't even talk about Germany.
Just be careful, guys.
Be careful. Yeah,
Champions League
don't
coming up.
don't take all of this. We had a great Champions League week. Wednesday, I will be at home on my parents' couch screaming at Liverpool Real Madrid, scaring the hell out of our dog. I could not be more excited. I get to watch the game as a fan at home, no distractions, nothing going on, just me locked in. It's also Cowboys week for me. Um, yeah. Everybody have a we'll be back next week for before Thanksgiving. But everybody have a great week. Get ready for the holidays. Diet starts the Monday after Thanksgiving. Big college football weekend next couple weekends, and let's just have a time. We have no more international break till 2025. What a time to be alive. Follow Nick at Nick Dianni. Follow his pod at KicksPicksPod. You can follow me at Andrew Passaro. We will you'll hear from me early next week. I won't do a podcast, but there will be picks. Lots of picks. Oh, Sporting play Arsenal in the Champions League in Portugal next week, by the way.
Love it. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my big things. Arsenal's looking ahead to that game. There's no doubt in
Um,
my mind. We
by the
didn't even
way,
discuss Arsenal. They're looking way ahead to that game.
oh, you want to hear a crazy number then? You know that Nottingham Forest are like minus 113 to score a goal in that game, and that Forest is
Love it.
plus 900 money line at the Emirates. They won at Anfield coming off an international break. I You put $1 on that, you win. You walk out with 10. You know, it's. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not saying I'm going to put it in, but
You're
if
not
you
not
think
going to put it
Arsenal
in.
are, if you think Arsenal are fraudulent, like I do, they're 9 points back. They were supposed to be the greatest Premier League side of all time. Smash the record for least amount of goals conceded of 15. Um, Now's the time. All right, everybody. We'll see you soon.